Now this is the sewer, the septic tank from these toilets, and we just pumped out all the excrement, all the hard, all the dirt that was in there. We pumped it out, and you could see through in the vent, you could see it was full, and there were you could even see the worms, and at the moment it's still full because the rainwater is going into the septic tank, which is not supposed to be. The surface water is supposed to run off the side. So that's the reason why I dig now a little channel, so that the water can flow, the surface water can flow down the hill, all the way down the hill. And I will have to clean also the effluent pipe that goes down here. It comes out here, but it's blocked off, it's plugged up. It's supposed to come out here. The water doesn't come out properly, and this tree is not helping it either. I have to cut all the roots. I have cut all these roots off already, and it's quite a lot of work to just get these 2 meters more dug out. Now I finished digging the trench, and the overflow, the effluent, can now flow down the hill. And I also dug around the septic tank. It's an old concrete septic tank, so that the surface water from the driveway can flow around and also down the hill along the trench. This here is a water supply pipe. And these are the logs that I pulled out that were on top of the concrete. And here you can see that's a ceramic pipe, and it's a vertical pipe. Usually there is a elbow. There should be an elbow in the pipe down the hill, so that it doesn't stink so much out of this pipe, because it's quite close to the driveway and the guests walk along here and probably smell the effluent that comes out. So that's what I will suggest, to put an elbow and a pipe down the hill and cover all this with riverstone, with gap 50 riverstone or gap 50 gravel. Maybe extend the opening about 300 millimeters, 30 centimeters, so that this is almost equal to the driveway. Okay, now so we have a pathway now where I can drive with the digger. I just used this Hitachi digger I picked up. This is the Hitachi digger, and I dug out along here I cut all these brushes and just threw them over the side for now. That can be cleaned up later. And here I just walk down here. I tried to dig this out with a big bucket that's 880 centimeters wide, and it's too wide. I don't need it that wide, so I will change it over to the smaller bucket again, and that should do it. That I will fill up with gravel and whatever is needed for a drainage channel, for a drain. And then I lay out all the pipes before I fill it in with Rollierung in German. I don't know how the English word is called. So that's about 15 meters of sewage effluent trench. That's how it looks now. It will look a bit different after all. So now I dug about 3 meters, and I find it very hard to dig. It's very hard ground. You can even see layers here, but this is pretty much a soft layer on the top. That's about 300 millimeter soft layer, and then it's very hard clay and stones and rock, and it's almost like rotten rock, as hard as rotten rock. It took me about 45 minutes to just dig that far. So far I have cleaned up this area where I made a big mess with the digger, and I have dug out the rest that was necessary. Here is the old sewage pipe that comes out from the tank. It runs down the old sewage pipe, and this is where I have to join onto. I have to join onto this pipe, and the outside diameter of this pipe is 145 millimeters. So I should find a pipe that has an inside diameter of 145 or 150 millimeter. And here I dug down a slope so that it goes down even all the way, and this is around about 12-15 meters between. I didn't measure it yet, but I can put 2 pipes in there so that it spreads out nicer, and it cannot, if I put 2 pipes, then it cannot plug up as fast. It should at least do for the next 100 years, 50 years at least. So that it doesn't get blocked up again with sewage. And the depth of this drainage trench, of this trench. The depth is 1.2 meters. Yeah, 1.2. And I believe it's 15 meters long. I measured that again. And I leave the pipe a little longer. I let it stick out here, so that I may be able to feed something else in there later on, or if it wants to be continued. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's about 15 or 16 meters of drainage trench. Effluent drainage trench. Nearly filled up the trench now before I put the pipe in, before I connect the pipe to this outlet here. I just have to go another 2 meters at the end, fill it up 2/3 of the height of the trench, and then I can put the pipe along. I do it all by hand with a wheelbarrow. Just shovel it from this heap onto the wheelbarrow and then wheelbarrow it down. So this is now ready to be filled up with more of this gravel. This is a gap 40 to 100 gravel, drainage gravel. And as you can see, I turned up the drainage pipe so that this is a land drainage pipe, usually only used for land drainage. And I used this blue mark along the top. I turned it so that this is the top, and I made holes every about 400 millimeters on each side, and I offset them. These holes are 25 millimeters in diameter, and the whole pipe is the diameter 160 millimeter, so that it fits onto the old pipe, so I can have a smooth transition from the old clay pipe into this drainage pipe. And the pipe is perforated. It has slots all over, but because the slots are not enough for drainage, sewage drainage, I had to drill holes additionally so that it can run out properly. And in order to make the transition between the old and new one even better, then I just put asphalt shingles and just paint them so that it fits the shape of the bottom of the pipe, so that there is no step. There will be a smooth transition so that the water can flow, the effluent can flow down without having a step in between, a step up. It can step down, yes, that's okay, but if it steps up, then you have a hazard. I don't know how to say it. doesn't work. So I laid this out all the way, and as you can see, I filled this up about 2/3. Here I filled it up a little bit more because the clay is very hard here. This is rotten rock, and the water doesn't soak into the ground so quickly. It is, you can see some layers here, and this is very hard here, very hard to dig. Stick out here at about 1.5 meters, and then when I finish, I will paint this up. First, I had to work myself from the top to the bottom and fill everything up. From here is a better view now. You can see. And here, this area will be a catchment area also for the rainwater. When it comes down here, and then the rainwater can flow off easier. Also together with the effluent. So this is what I did yesterday. I moved most of the gravel yesterday. Down into the trench. Quite strong wind today. The last couple of days were quite windy. Now I'm wearing glasses because the dust in the wind gets into the eyes. So this is what I did yesterday with the tractor. I just moved all this gravel down, and now I'm doing it by hand. I shovel in all the 40 to 100 gravel and put it on top of the drainage pipe that I laid out with the blue line on top, so that the 2 holes are on each side for the water to drain out properly. This should last 100